Yo, what is going on, Steeler Nation? Welcome back to the Steel Factory Podcast, episode 325. I'm joined by my co-host, Junior. My name is Rion.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Once again, live from the North Oakland studios here in Pittsburgh. Probably have like one more episode here before the new year, but let's recap the loss to the Colts last night. We wanted to get on here. Actually, this might be the last episode of the season because we need a break, dude. after the shit that went down these last three games.
It's been too much, man.
It's taking a toll on you mentally.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, we're out here giving ourselves heart attacks every week in game. And now, like, it just turned depressing.
I'm still watch though, right? But like, no, I texted you in the chat midway through the week, and I'm like, going on Twitter in the morning and seeing like 1,000 tweets shitting on the Steelers and everything just going wrong right now is not good for my mental health. It's depressing. Like seeing what like the stretch we had and the expectations that were set going in. Because yes, you saw the quarterbacks lined up here. You saw these teams that were not good. They're battling for the fucking first overall pick, right? Yep. I mean, you could throw out injuries, our starting quarterback, whatever you want to call them, quarterback, whatever. And you have a couple middle linebackers. The thing is, the offense got healthy, right? Like you got Fryer moved back, and then Deontay had missed some. You started getting Cam Hayward back, but it was like a lot of other like miscellaneous pieces, right? That just kind of felt like, damn, safeties, Minka in and out of the games.
It felt like we maybe had one game where things were kind of coming together, and that was the first game that Canada was gone.
Yeah.
And then after that, like we fell apart so fast again. Like every week since that game has looked
worse and worse, right?
Yeah, it just looked worse and worse. Like that Cardinals game. I mean, it's really easy to like argue, like, oh man, if fucking Kenny doesn't get hurt, we probably win that game. We probably beat the Patriots.
That is true. That for the Cardinals game, right? But it's like, if we want to go where we wanted to go and where the expectations were set, that game shouldn't have been close by the time Kenny got injured. You know what I mean? We let them stay in it, right? We fucking couldn't score a touchdown on that first drive. And then, I mean, first play after he got injured, we couldn't squeeze it in on the 4th and 1 or 4th and goal at the 1. And dude, I don't know what's up with this defense. It's like, because who are we missing? We missed Minka for like half a game yesterday, right? He came back for that Cardinals game, no?
I think he did.
He did. And he broke his arm during the Patriots game, but he came back in, or his hand or some shit. So he's fucking sticking it out there. The middle linebackers group is a mess right now. Safeties were a mess yesterday, and I think that's when the Colts started to run away with it, right? Because Minka got hurt again, right?
Yep.
And then Devontae KZ got ejected. Dude, we're kind of just like pinpointing like everything that went wrong this last month, because this is honestly a vent session, because it kind of just feels like the season's over at this point. I mean, even the players themselves were like, yeah, we're seeing this as a playoff game. And it was funny seeing a tweet like, they're seeing this as a playoff game, but Mike Tomlin don't win playoff games. So fuck it.
Fuck, dude. It feels like I don't believe that they saw it as a playoff game. Like, just from the way, I mean, like that Pickens or that Warren run that was almost a touchdown, and then you like see Pickens like not even like try on his block.
Well, here's the thing too. We jumped out to a 13-0 lead, right? Like in the first quarter, first couple minutes into the second. But people said that as soon as the Colts scored or started climbing their way up, we were up 13-0, but it did not feel like that. Looking at the way the war in the trenches was going, it just seemed like the Colts were winning every time. I mean, yeah, TJ had a couple sacks to start the game too, but it just seemed like we couldn't get the run game going again, right? Or if that, the fucking barely. And then up front, the D line looked like they were getting bodied as well. And then honestly, you go back and like, who's their fucking coach? The fucking Eagles OC from last year, right?
Yep. Yeah. I mean, that guy. I mean, he's really good. Like, he Shane Steichen was like all about, or like, I heard that he was like more. He was like all about like in-game adjustments, like getting a feel for like what the defense is trying to do, and then just kind of changing his game plan a little bit around that, and then until he just kind of beats you every time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and maybe that's why like Colts game like tend to get like higher scoring.
Right.
And
Yeah. He
they like stay in
figures
it.
out what he wants to do. Um, but yeah, this kind of working up towards like the higher level issues within this organization. I mean, we saw that one stat that got thrown out by Steelers Depot this week, where if we would have lost this game, and we did, it'd be like the 7th straight year where we had a 3-game losing streak sometime within the season, and it happened twice in like 2019 as well, where we lost 3 in a row.
Fuck, man.
And then I guess depending on where that 3-game losing streak happens is where you kind of like take away at the end of the year. It just so happened to be last year, happened to be in the beginning of the year. So when you finish fucking 7-2, you feel a little bit better. And then you open up this season 7-4, you're feeling all right. Let's go. We're clicking. At the end of last year, we looked good. Yeah, we had some hiccups beginning of this year, but look at we're 6-3, 7-4. Look at the cupcake games we have lined up left. People are saying Steelers dark horse for the fucking first seed, and then you get kicked in the dick like we just did. We've lost 4 of our last 5. We haven't scored 20 points in like 5 straight games, right?
Even though, dude, we scored like 13 points. We were close to 20 points by the first half. Like, we could have had 20 points.
Yeah. Oh, dude, 30 unanswered is insane, dude. This is depressing, and this is why we don't want to record at the end of the year, because yeah, we're just basically recapping and saying the shit that's on our mind, and it's not fun making these episodes. We like being good vibes. That's why we really like the draft season and stuff. So like, bear with us as we're kind of just going through this game here. Do we want to recap the shit that went on in the game? So it kind of opened up, and like we had some good field position just coming off in the kickoff. Also, too, why are we? This happened a lot at the beginning of the year. Why are we winning the toss, electing to receive, and just doing dog shit with the opening possession, just 3 and outs, dude? Like, we know our offense isn't all that. Why do we want the ball first? You know what I mean?
I think maybe it was like that. It was funny. Like, one of the commentators was saying like, "Oh, Mike Tomlin elected to get the ball. He really wants to make a statement with this first drive. He really wants to give the offense."
They say that
confidence.
shit all the time, and then we do nothing.
Yeah, we got fucking like it was
But
ridiculous.
we go 3 and out, right? Punt the ball to the Colts. They drive up. Luckily, we hold them to a field goal, and it happened to be like a 55-yarder. They miss it, so then we get good field position. Somehow score a touchdown, right? And then, what happened there? Oh, Colts were gonna punt, and we blocked the punt, score another touchdown, and then how are we feeling? We're feeling like we're back, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. The vibes are so good.
Things were clicking. Colts scored a touchdown, right? And then offense gets the ball back, nothing. Colts score another touchdown. Oh, how about that Demonte Casey hit on Michael Pittman? How'd you feel about that? Because that happened when we were up like 13-0 too. So you started to think that, all right, their best players out of the game. Casey got ejected though.
yeah, like in a real homer fashion, it's like, oh my god, like Michael Pittman, their best fucking players out of the game, and their offense is falling apart or isn't doing anything,
And then Zach Moss got injured too, so it's like, what are we going up against, Tomlin? Come on, dude.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, there's like a Tomlin special bounce back game, but there's also a Tomlin special losing to the 3rd and 4th string wide receiver and running backs. Like that's definitely been a thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, the hit was fucked up. Like that hit hasn't been legal for like a decade.
That was a hospital ball though.
Yeah,
Straight up.
There's lots of throws made nowadays where like, receivers are catching it right across the middle, and if you go back and look at like any quarterback, if you go back and look at like any quarterback talking about the types of throws that they can make during the game, they're like, yeah, like I don't want to make any and he throws, across the middle of the field because I know, and the wide receiver knows they're about to get laid the fuck out.
Yeah.
That's just how it is, Uh, and especially that ball, like he overthrew it. Pittman had to dive for it, and it was just it was gonna be a tough catch, and Pittman went for it, and it looked like he caught it, but then obviously, yeah, other
Laid
things
out.
happened, and
Yeah, other things happen. And then that's when it started to kind of fall on us. And then we go down into the half. Was it 13-14 at that point? You're thinking, all right, whatever. Defense usually gets a little bit better in the second half, right? And then that Najee Harris fumble really killed us. And then that's when you're like, all right, we're down 13-21. You don't really like us when we're down by, a score like that. Was it 8 points? Yeah. And then it was 13-24, and then this is the moment where you started to kind of lose hope, where we had like a 50-something yard field goal, and Tomlin elects to punt over sending Boswell out there, and Boswell was already midway on the fucking midfield. He was ready to go in. I remember seeing that on the stream. And then we elect to punt right there. How did you feel about that?
I didn't really get it. Like, I mean, I think
You
it
make
was
the field
56
goal.
yards.
You make the field goal at 16-24, so you're still in that one possession game. You don't like us in
Yeah.
that situation though, because our
Well,
offense
here's
is
the
shit.
thing though, like if Tomlin wanted to play like conservative, like, and just punt it, and it just like backfired like crazy, like, oh, like we're gonna pin him real deep and then get our good field positioning again, like maybe like that was obviously like the thought process, right? Um, I mean, it's a dome, so I don't think he would get like scared off by weather conditions or some sort of weird draft or something.
I saw he had one response when the reporters asked him. It was kind of bullshit.
It was like I wasn't happy with the play before, right?
Yeah, something like that. But it's like, all right, well, did you want it to be a 53-yarder instead of a 56-yarder? Or are you just kind of going off the momentum after we had an incompletion or some shit on the third down? Kind of bullshit. You're putting more faith in a punter that's been up and down all his career, let's be real, over your fucking Pro Bowl kicker, one of the best kickers in the fucking league.
Yeah.
I don't even think they're considering the fact that he missed an extra point in that game. I wouldn't.
And then dude, and then when oh my god, I can't talk. I'm just so like at a loss for words and shocked. All right, so we don't take the field goal, right?
Yeah.
We punt it. And then they drive right down, and
they ran the ball like 8 times in a row.
They ran the ball 8 times in a row, and every single time they get like 10 fucking yards, more than that most of the time.
Just getting gashed, dude.
And then I think they score, right? I think they
Field
score
goal,
another
field goal.
touchdown.
Field
Goal. Anyway, but at this point, now you're down 3 scores.
Yeah.
Right? Or I guess 2 scores technically.
Well, it's like 13-27 at that point. Yeah, you need 2 touchdowns. Mitch Drew's a fucking awful pick, dude.
And then this is when Tomlin decides to start, being more aggressive. I think he goes for it on 4th down or something, right?
Yeah.
And like there's a 4th down in there where like Mitch makes a nice throw to Deontay and he catches it on the sideline, and it's like a 20-something yard throw, and it's like, oh, like okay, here we go, we might actually have something. But then like maybe the very next or 2 plays later, he like overthrows the crap out of Pickens, throwing off his back foot again. Mitch Trubisky manages to lean back with like nobody around him, and he just sails a ball, and it's super easy to pick, and at that point it's kind of game over, It's
That's when I decided to leave the bar. I got like midway across, then I realized they had my credit card, and I went back and I was like, hey man, I'm out of here. And then and the guy's like, all right. And I fucking closed my tab, canceled whatever plans I had that night, bought a fucking thing of cookie dough right there on the campus fucking like convenience store, and fucking went home and watched like 4 movies till I fell asleep. It was the fucking depressing, dude. The game ended by the time I got fucking home too, like in a 10-minute walk.
It is fucking depressing, man.
Oh god. So yeah, I mean, like we said, that stat where it's like we have like 7 straight seasons of a 3-game losing streak. I mean, we know a lot of things catching up to us. Like yeah, we didn't have a good OC the last couple years. We've missed on some draft picks, guys that should be contributors on this team. Didn't get second contracts, not drafting appropriate first round talent. Shit that happens when you're kind of just drafting for win now situations. When you had Ben at the end of his career, and then we saw the comments from Ben about the Steeler way that was all over the headlines this week. I don't really want to
Ben's
go into
also a piece of
that.
shit. Like,
Yeah, Ben. I mean, we've been losing every game since he started doing his little live streams during the games, little watch parties.
like here's the thing about Ben too. Like the Steeler way is gone with him because he was a dog shit leader. Literally, like he didn't. He wasn't a leader to anybody in that locker room. Even
It,
Mason
it's
Rudolph.
it's
Like
eye
he just kind
opening
of.
when, and they made a point about this. I mean, say what you want about Kenny. Tomlin made him a team captain this year in his second year, and then they made a big deal about how Ben didn't earn any captain honors, a team captain, until like his 5th or 6th year.
I mean, it's pretty obvious.
I mean, yeah, Ben was a dog and he fucking won us games, delivered chips to the city, but like, he wasn't a good leader. I put as much as AB going crazy as to how that shit ended on him. Part of it's on him. Call guys out in the fucking that radio station he had, the radio show, shit like that.
Dude, the Rudy's
Threatened to
also,
retire every couple years or so. His last like
Yeah.
from like 2016 to 2020.
I mean, look, that could be part of the reason why we have almost no first round picks on the team still from the last decade. But like, look, we were constantly drafting to win now. Like Najee is the ultimate luxury pick, and
Claypool. I mean, trading for
Claypool-
Minko, you needed that. We couldn't draft fucking DBs for shit that year.
yeah,
And we
at that
traded
point,
for him.
Minko was a good. I think Minko was a good move.
Oh yeah, all pro. He
but it was just
fucking
so
he's gotten a
obvious.
second contract. Other guys haven't that we actually drafted.
Yeah, there's something fucking wrong with our
Yeah,
draft
you got
process.
guys like Devin Bush. You tried to replace Shazier. That was a fucking bust. We're going down the list here. 2019 was that was Bush. 2018 was Edmonds. That one's easy to forget.
Third round grade, man. I can't believe that.
Yeah, I mean, you could go talk about this all you want. I mean, the organization has failed. We're really getting into some dark times here. It's a miracle that we're 7-7. We were 6-3, 7-4. You could put as much as you want on Tomlin, but Tomlin was side by side with Kevin Colbert when they were making these decisions. It's public about that how much Tomlin had a hand in all these personnel decisions. I mean, he's hired these coordinators with the GM as well. Am I out on Tomlin? Look, I mean, we have 3 games left in the year. It wouldn't surprise me if we win out. And here's the thing: it's like our playoff chances percentage went to shit after this game. But it's like
8% right now.
Yeah. But like, if we win out, we basically in. So it's like, do we control our own destiny? Maybe. It's like 99% we get in if we win out at 10-7. I mean, you probably play the Ravens backups week 18 at this point, unless the Browns keep winning, which I don't think so. Seahawks or whatever. Dude, honestly, I hate how Kenny has not been good, but it's like he gives us such a better chance at winning, dude.
I mean, it's true. Like with Kenny, we were 7-4.
Yeah.
Without Kenny,
I mean, but then you also throw in when he finishes games and shit. I mean,
yeah. I mean, with Kenny, okay, let's say Kenny entire games were 7-2. Without him, we're 1-6.
no,
right now.
0-5, bud.
0-5.
7-7 right now. 7-2 when he finishes games. I mean, you could probably throw out that Texans game. We were a possession away from making it like a 1-possession game when he got down. Jags game, it was basically tied when he got out. Cardinals game, it was tied. We were about to score and take the lead. I mean, that was a funny tweet. We were like, 4th and goal at the 1, 7-4 when Kenny got hurt. Fuck me. I mean, they're saying that he's trying to play. this week, and it would be like 19 days after his surgery. But hey, this guy, people would say don't even rush him back, but it's like this guy's honestly, he's trying to fight for that franchise QB spot, so he's gonna fucking come back. You know what I mean? He has as much to play for as anybody right now on this team. I mean, people aren't playing like they have shit to play for though. I think that's what Kenny probably does come back this week just because of that. I mean, he's still trying to prove that he could be the franchise guy as much as people are out on him. He still has shit to prove on, and it's pretty obvious too. So that's where the playoff picture is at this point for us. You went out, you're basically in. Right now it doesn't look that good though, because playing some pretty good teams, and then the Bengals look fucking awesome.
I mean, again, they just have a legit OC, dude.
Bailey Zappi threw 3 touchdowns on us. Gardner Minshew threw 3 touchdowns on us. I think Jake Browning's thrown like 3 touchdowns every game he's been in so far. One thing though is that Jamar Chase got injured yesterday too.
He did.
I don't even know if we can do a Bengals preview. We'll feel out the week if we even want to do so. But yeah, that's kind of gonna wrap it up here. We're at like 21 minutes now. Enough of just the bullshitting, the sad tears. Yeah, I'm just gonna enjoy this last home game while I'm here in Pittsburgh before going back to the West Coast. Because by the time I come back here, we could have our first losing season clinched. Who knows?
Oh yeah,
of my lifetime ever. So we'll see, man. You would think they'd come out with some kind of energy the last home game, right? Dude, the O-line is ass, dude. They're getting gashed. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. If you have any closing remarks, we'll get the fuck out of here.
I mean, like, the season's been terrible, just like from a coaching perspective. You know, that's on Tomlin. That's on our coordinators, and our coordinators are also on Tomlin. Our players look, we don't have any talent on this team, and it's.
You got no leaders on offense, mainly.
Yeah. We have no leaders on offense. Our drafting process has been terrible, to yield the results that it has for the last decade. I mean,
right now, yeah.
The jury's still out on this last year, the first year with Khan, and so far I think it's still really good, But I mean, we'll see. If we turn it around a little bit, if we still manage to clinch a playoff spot. I mean, don't get me wrong.
I'd love to see Steelers in the playoffs more than anything. I'd love to see Kenny going to Miami or some shit. But it's like, you're gonna get fucking dick, dude. But you never know. Once you get in, you get in. It's the NFL. We've seen fucking crazy shit this year. Crazy shit has happened to us this year.
Yeah.
I'm still rooting for our guys. Things are low right now. That's all I have to say.
I think that's it. We'll see what happens. If nothing happens, if nothing changes, onward to the draft, right? That's kind of
I mean, this fucking tank job could just lead to a more interesting offseason. Could get on Hard Knocks, who knows? But that'll do it for us today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys are down in the dumps like we are, appreciate you guys sticking with us. We're in this together. Steeler Nation, here we go. On to the Bengals. Week 16, dude. It sucks that football season's coming to an end here. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and peace out.